What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. I just gave Jason the thumbs up to go live on Instagram. We're waiting for him to give me the thumbs up. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. Man, that was basically a preseason game, and we saw why backups are backups. Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt. We're not going to get much into the game. Let's be real. What is there to really break down about that? Still, fuck the yams. We're going to go ahead and break down the game somewhat, look ahead into the playoffs, give you some ideas on our thoughts on matchups and everything like that. Of course, but before we get started today, we, of course, got to remind everybody to help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the podcast of this video, or the podcast, the description of this video or podcast. Of course, help out Niner Faithful Radio. Go to seatgiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. We really do appreciate Seat Giant for sponsoring us all these years, even though, in theory, we haven't made anything. But we still appreciate them for helping us out. Catch Jason and I Friday, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. We are going to go ahead and give away a jersey this Friday. Make sure to tune in. You have to be present in the show on YouTube to win the jersey. I'll have Jason explain the official rules and all that once we bring them on air. Go ahead and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit ninerfaithfulradio.com/subscribe. There actually is no game day shows this week. We're taking the weekend off. Well deserved weekend off. And the Niners get a bye week. We get a bye week. And as always, listen to the end of the show to get your special 20% off coupon code for the Faithful by the Faithful Season 3 apparel. I'm actually downloading the promo code video right now. So we'll have that for y'all at the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show going.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
What's cracking, Jason?
How's it, my brother?
I would say legendary. And, I know how you're going to treat it, bro. I know how you're going to react to this. I mean, fuck, I've been doing a podcast for you for now a couple of years. You're one of my best friends, bro. I know you. I think I know you pretty well. Shit, I honestly there's sometimes I see you more than I do my own fiance.
That's terrible.
But it is terrible. But like today. Anyway, it sucks losing to the Yams. I mean, that shit sucked. I ain't gonna lie. My girl, she wanted me to tell you this because she was so proud of this burn. I was like, that's why our backups are backups, babe. And she was like, well, didn't they lose 9 games in a row, to y'all? And I said, yeah. She goes, so the first time that they win is when they put their backups in. And I go, yeah. She goes, well, maybe their backups are better than their starters. She goes, maybe that's what they should have been doing. And I was like, you know what? I mean, a drop pick by Jaworski Tart. You might be right, babe. Like Jaworski Tart.
I don't know if I go that far, but yeah.
I mean, I think the what's up, David? How you doing, baby? You know what? We're still gonna play it. Fuck the Yams.
Yeah, fuck them.
I don't give a fuck what that anybody says. Look, we're gonna go ahead and give you more of our playoff. I don't know how you feel, Jason, but I'm really don't want to get too much into this game, you know. But
I mean, there's stuff we could talk about it.
But well, yeah, I mean, but I'm ready for some playoff matchups. And let's be real. My only concern from this game, besides how did player X look, is let's be real. I'm not going to say guaranteed, but with their tight end going down, and this is probably the most, besides the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship game, Matt Stafford's ever been motivated for a game in his life. You know, going into Detroit. Jared Goff, too. Let's give him some credit.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to shove it to Sean McVay. You know, team who literally gave up on him. They paid Detroit to
take our trash.
take Jared Goff. You know, I have a strong feeling, bro, we're going to see him again in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance. I think there's a lot of people talking about the Cowboys and the Packers game, and that a lot of people actually think that the Packers are going to pull this off. You know, they're pretty hot right now, and that means so we wouldn't see either of those teams until the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. So essentially, the way the matchups work down, we have a chance to either see the Whackers, the Yams, or the winner of the Eagles Tampa game.
Yeah.
If you ask me to put my Packers got to run the rock.
How's it, Tommy? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Tommy? How you doing? To take your famous saying when you pop in, what's up, Ferry? So anyway, I'm sorry. I think that the Cry Girls are a different team at home, right? I think that's been proven over the course of this season. I think they'll win Green Bay. Although please have Jordan Love and their defense come into here, bro. I'm praying for that, Jason. I'm praying for that, honestly, secretly.
So
I think
here's the deal. I don't know how I'm feeling
us.
about this. So check this out.
Mm-hmm.
So the Packers win.
Yeah.
How is it, Mr. John LaJoy? Thank you for showing, brother. So that means more than likely we would play Saturday. We'd play the Saturday game,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That Saturday is your birthday.
Saturday.
That Saturday is January 20th. That's my birthday.
Yes, sir.
As everybody knows, the wife is a Packers fan. She gets mad when we play. Should we whoop that ass? Guess who's not getting any ass?
Yeah. I was just saying, I guess who's not getting any. Hey, look, bro, as somebody who's been locked up on birthday and absolutely wanted zero things to do with sex on that day. So yeah, I totally feel what it's like not getting any on your birthday.
What do I want here?
Yeah, I would bet my bottom dollar that we're playing the Saturday game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be playing the Saturday game on that one.
So, I if any upset happens, I think it would. Which Tampa Bay versus the Eagles, bro? I don't think that's a lock. I mean, something is clearly
wrong.
You know what I told my
Eagles.
You know what I told my girl on Sunday? I said, you know what I think happened, and I'm gonna put it in an analogy that I put it to her that she could understand. I said, you know how sometimes you have that big bully at school that beats up everybody, you know, and then you see that bully get knocked out, and then all of a sudden you realize he's not invincible, and then you just keep seeing him fight, and he keeps, you know, because the oh my God, it's the big bad bully facade is done. You've seen him bleed, you know, you've seen him get knocked out. I think that's kind of what happened to the Eagles. You know, they were the Eagles. They were the defending NFC champions. Oh, you know, we're 10-1. Then all of a sudden, we came in there. We didn't beat them. We demolished them, right? Like from and I'm not even talking about the game. From the second we walked into that stadium, dressed in all black, right? Because we said we're showing up to a funeral.
Except Brock, who walked out of Cole's.
Yeah, except Rock who walked out of Cole's, but that's okay. The two people who needed to show up in all black, Debo and Trent Williams, the enforcers of this team, showed up in all black and set the tone. From that second, bruh, like their whole big bad Eagles facade came off. I don't know how severe AJ Brown's injury is. He was on the sideline high-fiving people, so I would assume it wouldn't be that bad. But a dislocated finger for Jalen Hurts. I mean, a dislocated finger for Jalen Hurts on his throwing hand. I don't know, bro.
It's not like a pinky. I'm not going to say that doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's not. This is your middle finger. It's very important. Besides probably the thumb, probably the most important finger you have for gripping the ball. But we should probably talk about this Rams game a little bit more because we're stealing all the Friday content.
So, yeah, right. I totally forgot about the Friday show. My bad. So, anyway, my number one takeaway I told you when I first saw you in the green room, I think the first half when we had Debo, when we had Trent, whatever starters were playing, I felt that we were fine. The second half, yeah, we fell apart, bro. That straight up, that's just what happened.
You saw Sam Darnold become Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, you're a little more lenient with Sam Darnold than I am.
I am.
I never want to see Sam Darnold in a game unless it's a meaningless. And if Sam Darnold has to play in the playoffs, it better be the fourth quarter in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl because we're up 50-0. That's the only time I want to say I want to see Sam Darnold, and he'll probably still fuck it up. I mean, even when he had the starters in, some of them throws weren't great. He looked lost at times. And then when you took the starters out in the second half, you saw what happens when a team has to rely on Sam Darnold. There was times where he had no idea what he was doing. Like, he just looks – his biggest issue is that he panics whenever he has to make a play and look around. If he has to look off his first read, he panics. He's like, what am I going to do anymore? And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, why didn't we get to see any Brandon Allen? Why did we get 4 quarters of Sam Darnold? Why couldn't we give at least Brandon Allen at least the fourth quarter?
That's kind of what I thought a little bit.
As Steve-O?
See, I thought, did Carson Wentz play good, or did some reason Steve Wilkes just happened to not adjust? Like, bro, literally, I've listened to the game on KNBR, and they're literally Tim Ryan's basically calling the play. They're like, he's gonna look once. If the first read ain't there, he's gonna take off. And that game-winning drive, that's literally all they did down the field. Was one read, take off. One read, take off. One read, take off. And like literally,
Steve-O, how can you be confident in Sam Darnold? Seriously, you saw if the game is on his hand
that
on him to win.
Man.
The way he runs around and watch that second half, he looks lost. If they have to carry him, that's about the only way this team does anything with Sam Darnold is if they have to carry him.
Okay, but BA, CMC, etc. With Juwan back, Juwan and Eric Armstead back, I think we could carry him, bro. I'm not saying that Sam Darnold is going to take us to the promised land, but
we've seen him as a starter before in this league for like 60 games. He's trash.
I would agree in the sense that if Brock goes out, we're fucked. Like, we're not winning the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold at making multiple starts. Like, that's not happening. You know, I think overall, my second take from this game was, yeah, this is backup. Why backups are backups. This is why Chris Conley ain't on the field. This is why, look, we keep on saying it, and he keeps on getting us opportunities. But I didn't walk away just like, damn, Ronnie Bell's just improved this year. I thought he's about the same of where he was when he started the season. He'll make some plays, but his hands unreliable.
And Steve-O, I'm not judging him off of one game. I'm judging him off of damn near 60.
I mean, Sam Darnold be Sam Darnolding. And yeah, like, look, if Sam Darnold was on the Niners last year, what's up, Carcass?
What's up, buddy? Thanks.
Yeah, we'll get to all that Friday. I'm looking like, look, does he have the arm talent? Yes. Did he make some nice throws in that game? Yes. But let's look, especially if Sam Darnold's in the game and it's meaningful football, playoff football, what is Kyle going to do? Kyle's not having Sam Darnold drop back and throw. Kyle, look out for 18 straight runs by CMC. Let's be real.
Hold on. I'm going to stop it right real quick for this one, just because we got Monty Brooks going back to the old Yokota High School Japan days. How's it doing, my brother? Thank you for showing up. That is old school right there, man. Going to different countries with this man.
Yeah. That's what's up, brother.
And we also got Miss Veronica.
Miss Veronica.
Yemen.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Yeah, look. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. It would Joe be a Hall of Famer if he didn't have Bill Walsh and Jerry? I mean, you know, we can sit here and talk about what ifs. I say this is that with the modified game plan, you got CMC, you got Jordan, everything like that. Do I believe the Niners could beat the Green Bay with Sam Darnold? Yes, I do. Could they beat the Cry Girls? Not a chance in hell. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Could they beat the Ravens? No. You know, let's be real. That after watching 4 quarters of Sam Darnold, it was clear that the Ravens were playing soft and off coverage more than Sam Darnold was just slinging that rock on Christmas. You know?
Yeah.
Baltimore said, cool, you know what? You want to go ahead and because ultimately I look what happened when that final drive, when we could have brought it down to 7 points, and then let's be real, the Ravens buttholes would have clinched a little bit. What happened? Two plays. Sack, interception. You know what I'm saying? Game on the line this game.
Terrible awareness, especially when games are on. He panics. That's a he panics.
Yeah, I would say that.
Well, are they playing in Dallas or in Detroit? Because that's a totally different game depending on where it's played at for that one. Like, Dallas is terrible on the road compared to what they are at home.
Yeah. Well, that game would be in Dallas. So,
well, yeah. I'm just saying, like in general, though, yeah. If that game's in Dallas, I'd probably pick Dallas to win.
Yeah, I mean, but would you be surprised if the Lions won? I wouldn't.
No.
If we're playing the Lions in the NFC Championship game, because let's be real, in theory, it should be the Cry Girls or Detroit. In theory, is what I'm thinking. Should be in the NFC Championship game. So I'm looking at basically facing one of those two teams. And I'm sorry, but I was telling my girl last night, a bad matchup is a bad matchup, and I just think we're a bad matchup for the Cry Girls. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. You know. It's just...
Yeah, a bad matchup's just like, you know, unfortunately, pretty much for majority of Aaron Rodgers' playoff career, we were just a bad matchup for Green Bay. You know.
I enjoyed it. The wife did.
And I got serious issues if we watch Jared Goff march into Levi's and beat us. You know, like I got serious issues with that game. Yeah, so whatever. Ultimately, you know, Chris Conley, you know, Yeah, that's why he's
That's
a
the one
backup.
nice long pass. Yeah, he did have that nice long pass. I mean, granted,
Yeah, he had
if the DB looks up, it's an easy pick. That's the only reason why that ball didn't get picked, because it was severely underthrown, is because the DB was looking at Chris Conley. If he turns his head and looks this way, he's got an easy pick, because that would have landed right in his lap.
I mean, can we all admit that this is basically a glorified preseason game? I mean, can we all
More or
admit
less.
that?
This
Please?
is basically game. This was game 3 in the preseason.
Yeah, this was a game 3 scrimmage, whatever you want to, glorified scrimmage, whatever you want to call it, tune up before the playoffs, whatever you want to call it. I want to get your opinion on this, bro. I was thinking about this on my ride home today. Somebody was asking, my boy messaged me, and I actually haven't answered him yet. He goes, "Do you legitly think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl?" And I don't like to give him my hell yeah, bro, I'm faithful. Like, I legitly try to give him an answer, like I'm on the show. I think that we're pretty good at not just coming on here and being like, we're going to win because we're the 49ers and we're faithful. We try to give you legit reasons and facts and things like that. So I haven't answered because I really haven't. But I think the number one factor, besides health, the number one factor of the Niners winning a championship is how we treat this week. As far as practice, urgency, preparation, how hard. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Fred Warner gave an interview on the KNBR or some gave an interview, and Brian Murphy called him out on his missed tackles. And I'm not going to lie, bro. I didn't like Fred Warner's response. I really didn't. Anybody who knows me.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about in that one.
Anybody who knows me knows my 2 favorite Niners on the team right now are George Kittle and Fred Warner. Those are my 2 favorite players. But I am going to say this. I did not like Fred's response. Fred's response was basically, I didn't like it.
He basically said that those are missed tackles. The thing was that he was basically saying that he's fast enough and he's good enough to where he could cover that distance to where he at least had an attempt at those tackles, which, like, okay, and I get what you're saying. It's like, okay, you still missed it. Yeah, that's cool. You've got the ability, you've got the speed that you at least put yourself in position. Lots of people can be put in position. You got to finish. Shout out to David Corona. How's it going, my brother? Thank you very much for showing up.
Hey, time for 6, brother. I'm all with you. I'm all in, brother. Don't get y'all twisted. And I keep on going back to this play against the Ravens.
A lot of injuries this weekend.
I want to say this. You know what, Cleveland Farrell, which he sounds like he might be able to play.
There's a report that just came out about 20 minutes before we started. He's probably going to miss about 2 weeks. So this week and next week, more than likely.
Favorite players. I think so, Miss Veronica. Not to say I don't love Debo, not to say I don't love other players, but those are just my 2 favorite, Niners. Anyway. Okay. So fine, wild card weekend or divisional weekend, fine. I think that, let's be real, you slide in Chase Young. Chase Young plays a couple more snaps a game. Like, okay, fine. Besides health, it's just, can we stay focused? Do we get bored? Do we think we're just going to roll out the gold helmet and just be playing the Ravens or the, Lion or the, well, actually, I'm a little questionable about the Dolphins because, not having a home game is tough.
Man, that game.
So,
I was watching that game, and it's like, dude, how are you guys the Dolphins started off hot. I mean, hot. And then talk about just fizzling down the end.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm not going to comment just because, I have not watched that much Dolphins football. But
I have. I got Mac to listen to.
Well, you have reasons to, I unfortunately do not. So I don't. If we're focused, because this is the way I look at it, it is honestly the season's over, Jason. We can do a little bit of the recap of this season now. One thing I've got away from the season, minus a concussed Brock Purdy, and basically, realizing our kicker which we'll get to him in a second. Jake Moody missing that kick. Because let's be real, Kyle approaches that final 2 drives a lot different if we're only down 2 versus 3 or versus 5. You know what I'm saying? So besides a game that didn't mean shit, which Kyle said he was more interested in basically he was more interested in ending the game than winning the game, and the game in Minnesota, we dominate the NFC. Right? I think that's very clear about this team. So that's my number one confidence of, is this team at least going to the Super Bowl? Yes, I believe that. Because I just believe that besides Detroit, any team, Detroit and Green Bay are the only teams we haven't played. And honestly, do you think Green Bay is going to come in here and beat us? Playing our A game? No. Playing our A game, do you really think Detroit's going to beat us? No. Be close game, but playing our A game, not beating ourselves? No. I don't think it's necessarily a cakewalk, but I think ultimately we look back and we say, yeah, that's probably the playoffs went about the way that this season went. And then look what happened. We got some trouble with the AFC. So, hey, depending on the matchup and how it shakes out, health, things like that, we'll see what's up in the Super Bowl. But knowing that we've dominated the AFC and all that, do we stay focused? Or do we simply think we're going to roll out the gold helmets and walk into Vegas?
I think the loss, even in a game like this to where, nothing changed for anybody. If I was coaching, I would bring that up. Be like, look, you guys lost because you lost focus. And just beat that kind of a thing to death. You guys, like we talked about earlier, you lost the backups. You guys, and I mean, not to berate them, but use that as a challenge. I think, just to keep them focused. The only person I'm really worried about is Debo. And the reason why I say I'm a little worried about Debo is because Debo's a lot like a train. That train takes a little bit of time to get up to speed. Mm-hmm. And with, basically, 2 weeks off, kind of thing, is he going to be able to get going from the get, the next time we play? That's and I'm not saying that he's going to have a slow start, but Debo is definitely somebody that to where the more he gets mowed, the more he gets going, the better he gets. So yeah. He's the one I'm worried about, because you want that freight train, you want that Debo where he's just running over everybody, making those plays all over the place. You obviously want that.
Why do you want that? Why do you want that, Jason? Because that makes people hesitant in the second half.
Yeah.
You don't want to take Debo taking his, thigh straight into your chin for 4 straight quarters.
So how, with everybody else, how worried are you about Moody?
I'm not gonna lie. I was fine. Like the show I did, the halftime show. I said, look, it was 24 of 21 and literally made every extra point. I said, so when you look at the grand scheme of this season, our rookie kicker missed 3 field goals. And I think it was about the same. He was basically about the same that Robbie Gould was, which was basically, okay, fine. Inside of 40, your money, you make your extra points. And it's if you beyond anything but 40, we just got, and you tell us, hey, taking a kicker in the 3rd round saved us X amount of dollars, to be able to get BA or Chase Young or whatever. I'm okay with that, But yesterday,
2.5 months since he's missed anything at all. Well, 2.5 months.
This is the only thing that makes me
all season.
This is the only thing that makes me a little like. But I mean, their field goal, kicking game has been trash all year. The Yams, both kickers missed kicks yesterday. So that tells me it's more something the stadium, the grass, the wind. It was a cold day on Sunday. Things like that. Is he all pro? The answer going to be our kicker for the next 30 years? No.
That's to be determined. He could be.
Or okay, be determined. But my thing about it is, okay, so who are you going to get, bro? Right? Who are you going to get this offseason? I come to you and I say, Jason, Robbie Gould's gone. What kicker do you get that's available?
I don't even know. Did you hear Larry Krueger basically wants them to, from what I heard with him and Damon Brewster's show, they basically want Kyle to go out and just pay whatever to get Robbie Gould right now. At least that's the way I got it from Krueger where he was talking. He was just like,
I haven't heard any of his shows, but
there was this. I was listening to it this morning at work. He basically was saying, go get Robbie Gould. I don't trust him. I don't trust Moody for the playoffs.
I mean,
it's
okay, so cool, whatever. Say that you can convince Robbie, right? You can convince Robbie, hey, we'll pay you whatever. Robbie, please come back. Please come back. Robbie says, okay, fine. Give me this. I'll come back. You're going to trust a over 40-year-old kicker who has not kicked a goddamn ball in what? Let's be real. When was the last time you think Robbie Gould actually went through a workout routine?
He had a tryout about a month ago for somebody. Who was that? Yeah, he had a tryout with somebody, and they went with one of the other kickers that were on in the trial. I don't remember who it was for, but so it hasn't been that long. I would say about a month or so. He did have a tryout for somebody. Now I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious who it is.
Okay, fine. Okay,
and it was after he got.
That sucks. My bad. Okay, we're back.
No, you were good for me.
Hold on. I got to refresh. My internet's getting shaky.
All right. Let me see. Robbie Gould tryout 2024. Who did he try out for this year?
Better.
Steve Alone. Oh, you came back in 1 pixel, not 9,000.
Good. It's like we good now?
I'm still trying to find out who it was because it was like I said, it was the after date. It was like a day after he did the trial. He's like, okay, I can't do this.
So I mean, this is my thing about it is we all know eventually we got to move on from Robbie Gould. So if not now, when, Jason? If we're not willing to move on from Robbie Gould right now, then when are you going to move on from him? That's my whole thing is eventually we're going to have to move on from Robbie Gould. Now, I understand what Larry's saying. He's like, look, fine, but you are in a championship window. You worry about moving on from the kicker later. But I don't know. I would look at it of the playoffs are a different animal. I'm glad we went through that game like we went through Sunday, just for the simple fact. Let's be real. The Yams were a way more desperate team than us.
Yeah.
And that's going to kind of show us a little bit of what playoff football is like because the Yams weren't fighting for their life. But let's be real. They, a lot easier going to Detroit than to Texas, for that. So I can't find it. I would blame it more. Like, let's be real. If we lose a playoff game because of a Jake Moody field goal, are you blaming Jake Moody or are you blaming the fact of the things that must have gone wrong both offensively and or defensively to even be in the opportunity where we're losing a game by a field goal, a missed field goal in the playoffs? Because the way I've seen this football team play, I understand playoff football, a different animal, but the way I've seen this team play, and honestly, let's be real, how we usually play in the playoffs,
pretty good.
We kick ass. We have the like. To me, I don't think there's no reason why we shouldn't kick ass when essentially we're going to be teams. We're either going to be playing teams that we've already played and dominated, or are weaker. Like, let's be real, we're better than the Whackers. We're better than the Yams, and we're better than Tampa Bay or the Eagles.
Yeah.
So running the football wins in playoffs, and we literally have the NFL rushing leader this year on the team. Plus capable backups in Elijah Mitchell and JP Mason. I'm sorry, Jason. I don't think a playoff game should come down to a Jake Moody missed field goal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing is that we haven't really found out how good he is because we haven't had the need for him to kick 3, 4, 5 field goals in a game to win one. So, when you got your offense who's putting up 35, 40 points a game, all he's going out there, we're only trying him out there for kickoffs and point afters. Yeah, so it's like, okay, so how can you actually, not like the guy or have like a definitive thing saying he sucks just because of a couple kicks that he's missed? I mean, this guy's over here just touching random buttons now.
My bad. I'm moving.
So it's the same thing with Brock and all those people. Oh, Brock, he sucks after one game, so we're going to say he's terrible after 1 or 2 bad kicks all season.
To me, what speaks volumes to me about Brock Purdy is that besides Kittle Corn with the Jimmy, wearing Jimmy shirts and all that, you would never seen Debo show up in a Jimmy anything. And he straight up showed up in a Brock Purdy bubble vest that said MVP all over it. I mean, that was done clearly for a message. That was I got my quarterbacks back.
I would have loved to see Brock's reaction when he saw that. I wish there was video of that.
Like, I'm sorry.
Monopoly movie. There's too many M's in that one.
Yeah, for real. That's way too long to be a fucking diss. So, like, regardless of Brock Purdy, if he's a game manager or whatever, some of the best players in the league believe in him, and that's all. Sometimes that's all you need. Is it for the team to believe in it? So I feel confident going in. It sucked losing to the Yams. There was some. Of course, they're acting like they won the fucking Super Bowl and all that shit. And I tipped my cap and said, "Have fun in Detroit." Like fucking.
Yeah, my boy got him. He's like, "Oh, we beat you guys," and he's like, "Yeah, we know it meant nothing."
Like, look, I'm not gonna lie. There's of course been games that, and I think it was the one in 2017 where they sat their starters and everything. So, like, okay, fine, you tip your cap, cool. So, fucking 9 out of 11 times, bro. 9 out of 11 times, and ultimately, if we would have won that game, you know what I would have been saying if we play them in 2 weeks. They say it's tough to beat a team twice. They say it's damn near impossible to beat a team 3 times. So if we're ultimately going to play the Yams 3 times and beat them twice, let's be real. Would you rather have the second time be week fucking 18, a meaningless game, or 2 weeks when it's fucking a championship on the line? Like, let's be real. Right?
Which I was saying that
2019
in the halftime show. It's like, if you have to lose against them at one point, this is the one you kind of want to lose. You don't want to lose to them in the playoffs.
Let's be real. I would have took both of the games this year as loss if it would have gave us the NFC Championship game. Fucking A.
Was it Burno? Right? Yeah. Who gives a shit? If we're just lose whatever or whatever, win the ship, no one cares.
I mean, the last time we were the number 1 seed was 2019. To answer your question, Bruno. But So we'll go ahead and wrap it up on this. And I'll get your final thoughts, Jason. But I want to leave you for a final thought for everybody that's going to watch on Friday. 5 things that, at least 5 or 6, whatever y'all want to do, concerns that are going to hold back this football team, and ultimately 5 reasons why you think this will be the year. So much so that I went and bought you and me some Cubans. So they're actually going to be here next Tuesday. I'm going to put them in my humidor if my humidor is ready, and they'll be chilling. Some Cuban rounds, but okay. But anyway, so ultimately, that's something I wanna leave everybody with, get you thinking, and create some good content for Friday. Jason, final thoughts?
Yeah, don't want Sam Darnold near the ball. Hope everybody gets.
Jason's so fucking anti-fucking.
I'm the most anti-Sam Darnold person you will ever meet in your life. Let's get everybody healthy. There has been, some stuff going on. I mean, we've actually been kind of lucky. There was a ton of injuries over the weekend.
With so many injuries.
With a lot of playoff teams. That's the thing. It's like there are playoff teams that are getting injured. But yeah, so everybody, please don't forget Friday we are doing our jersey giveaway. That on the YouTube channel, you're gonna have to be with us on YouTube. Haven't quite decided how we're going to do it as far as some sort of a contest. It's probably gonna be one of those pick a number, hit a number. We'll and we'll do it from there. Also,
I can't do it because everybody knows my favorite number.
Yeah. Well, you're not part of it, so you're not winning a jersey.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So somebody can pick your number. The other thing, another person who is live right now, he was over in our chat for a little bit before he started his show at 5:00. So we want to make sure to show him some love. John LaJoy is live over on his channel. So after we get out of here in a few minutes, please jump over to his channel and show him some love, please, if you will.
Yes, please.
Other than that, we'll see you guys Friday night. Yeah.
Big shout out to 49er Faithful Facebook group for bringing me on Saturday. A little complicated, but finally got on there, and I'll tell you about it later, bro. But got some good. Got to talk to. Got a friend request. Got to talk to Jeremy Newberry's aunt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I was like, cool. Got Jeremy Newberry's aunt on Facebook now. That's what's up. That's what's up. Because Jeremy definitely. I remember Jeremy definitely. I love Jeremy Newberry, bro. Like. Yeah, he was somebody that's like he deserved to be on some. He was on some bad Niner teams, and he didn't deserve that, bro. He deserved to be on some, a lot more better Niner teams.
Man, there's not a lot of people who will remember his time with the Niners, and to be honest, we try to forget some of those times.
Yeah,
he was on the team, so I get it. But yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, bro. We'll see you Friday.
One love.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. Make sure Friday we're giving away the jersey. That's all Jason. That's his thing. So when we ever have our meeting, we'll go through all the stuff I'm going to give away. We've had people sleeping in the office the last few days. Now they're gone. So we're going to get back to normal here. Before we get out of here, of course, we got to remind y'all, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this podcast or video. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Catch us on Friday, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. And, of course, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribes. And, of course, you rest and recovery. There's a 20% off coupon code for all season 3 for the faithful by the faithful apparel. We shall see y'all Saturday. Till then, please remember the San Francisco 49ers don't always lose a game. But when we do, we're still the best team in the NFL. Stay faithful, my friends.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
See ya.